Well, hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Mommom. Now today, we're going to call this Super Bowl Sunday recipe because we have a great spinach recipe that you can serve on Super Bowl. And you make it the day before, and all you got to do is pop it in the oven the day of the Super Bowl. It's called spinach balls. And what I do is I start out with a 10-ounce package of frozen spinach. I cook it in the microwave. So I take the spinach, I put it in my colander with cheesecloth in the middle, and I squeeze all the moisture out of the spinach. And just watch how I do that. See all the moisture that's coming out of there? So all the moisture's out. I'm gonna dump the spinach in there. First of all, we got the spinach in there. Some herb stuffing cubes. You can find them in the grocery store. Problem is, sometimes if it's not around the holidays, they might not have them. You might have to buy herb bread and just cut it in little squares. And then we're gonna add 2 eggs. As you know, I always crack my eggs in a container first so that I don't get any shells in the batter. Like I'm piling everything up here. A 1/4 cup of onions, well, a little bit over maybe. And that also depends on how much you like onions. They really do flavor it well. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of thyme. I'm going to tell you about 1/2 teaspoon, but I'm going to just throw that in like that because that's how I work. And then a little bit of garlic salt. That you have to do to taste. Everybody's different. The garlic salt is great, but I also like using fresh garlic. So that's why I only used a little bit of the garlic salt. And so I'll put some of that in there. I just used 1 garlic clove. And then we pour a 1/3 cup of butter that's melted in there. Add some pepper. And since I use garlic salt, it's optional depending on your salt intake, whether you want to use salt. I just add a little dash there. If you use garlic powder, because I know a lot of people prefer garlic powder, then you might have to add a little bit more salt. Take my hands, get on my rubber gloves, take my hands and just mix this all up. So it might seem like, that seems awful wet. How am I going to get that to be rolled? By sitting for 2 hours in the refrigerator. The bread absorbs the egg, the cheese, and everything else. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 2 hours, and then we're going to come back and we're going to roll the spinach balls. So what I do after it sits in there for 2 hours is I take them out and I just roll them. They're like little mini meatballs is what you do. About 1 inch, and you should come up with about 25 of them. Now after we roll them out and I get this whole tray filled, then I put them in the freezer overnight, and then that way the next day when it's Super Bowl Sunday and you have all this stuff going on, all you gotta do, you freeze them right on this tray, cover it with saran wrap. All you gotta do is pull it out of the freezer, pop them in the oven, you cook them on 300 to 325, depending on your oven, for about 30 minutes. All right, I got my tray of spinach balls all ready. I'm gonna stick them in the oven now for 30 minutes on 325 for my oven. Your oven might be 300. Just keep an eye on them. When the bottom starts turning a golden brown, you know they're done. So maybe set your timer for 25, 28 minutes so you can at least check on them at the time. Okay? You read that? Okay, right now I'm going to give you another fast recipe for Super Bowl appetizer. You're going to love this one because you can make it the day before also. And it's super easy. This cheese is all different kinds. It's mozzarella, it's cheddar, and then there's a little bit of pizza cheese in it. It's about 6-7 ounces of cheese. You get it? So we put that in there. We add about 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, a little sprinkle of garlic salt, and of course, my clove of garlic. And then I mix it up. And then this will sit in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, an hour, or however long you want it to be. And then after it firms up a little bit, you'll take it out and you'll put it on these little squares of rye bread. We have chilled our recipe for a 1/2 hour in the refrigerator. So now I'm going to get ready and I'm going to put it on the little squares. What I want to remind you is don't put too much on, because for some reason when you put this under the broiler, This stuff expands. I had it running all over my pan and everything. You just need to put a little bit on each little wafer or piece of bread, rice square. Even though I only let that sit in a half hour, it can sit overnight. And when your company comes, you have your oven on, you take your spinach balls out, move it to broil, put these in for 5 minutes, and because the spinach balls have to sit for 5 minutes before you serve them. So it's the perfect combination. Well, we're back and I got both appetizers ready to show you. And I'm doing a close-up because look at this tray. Here is your spinach balls. You just put them on a toothpick and people can pop them in their mouth. And also you can use any kind of dipping that you would like. There's ranch, there's Dijon mustard, and then these you just pick up and eat. They are absolutely delicious. Let me try one. They turned out perfect. Want me to try this one too? Now you know, I'm gonna tell you it's delicious because I've been eating these for years. So have a good time at your Super Bowl party. And remember, watch more of my videos for more appetizers. We have pepperoni bread, we have salsa, we have nachos. Join us again next month. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share to our video. Make sure you tell your friends about it too. Okay, so these recipes are going to be in the video right at the end. If you have any questions, I'm at inthekitchenwithmommom@yahoo.com. Enjoy. Happy Super Bowl.